Okay. And then USA beating Bosnia. Spain beating Austria by 3. If you wanted any straightforward result, that probably was the most straightforward result. Spain beating Austria by 3. Yesterday, I was somewhere when somebody sent me a message to ask me who I thought would win that game. And I said Spain would win. And the person is asking me, am I sure? Are you serious? Between Spain and Austria, you're asking me if I'm sure whether Spain would. I'm sure the person was using it to, get onto the Sporty stock exchange. They didn't, boys. They will call you and say, oh, who win? They won't remember that, oh, you gave them a heads up so they could go this way, that way. In the year 2026, they will not answer such questions. If you ever send me a message or call me, oh, Charlie, the match, who go win? And I ask you why. And then you say, oh, Charlie, I want to take some odds put back. My own be 15% because I told you to do it. Yeah, on the real. Boys will call you and ask you, for after they win big, they don't remember that you pointed them in the direction. In the year 2026, boys should stop doing that. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Your comments are welcome on 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. Time check is 8:20. How are you handling the holiday, right? Let me know what you're doing today. Today. At 1:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, the Black Stars are playing. I forgot to mention that Portugal defeated Croatia by 2-1. Portugal came back from a goal down. Ivan Perisic gave Croatia the lead. And then Cristiano Ronaldo equalized for Portugal to make it 1-1 from the penalty spot. And then late in the game, in the 94th minute, Gonzalo Ramos gave Portugal a 2-1 lead, which eventually became the 2-1 win. Croatia thought they had equalized late in that game after 13 minutes of injury time, but it turned out that there was an offside in the mix. That was the story I read earlier, that a player touched the ball. Even though it wasn't obvious, the Snicko managed to notice that there was a touch. As we've stated, the World Cup match ball, the 3-under, has a chip in it, so it knows when there is a touch. And those things are sent to the VAR room, right? They are sent to the VAR officials. So if there's a touch on the ball, the VAR officials will know. The 3-under has a chip. It sends such data to the VAR room. If there is a touch, the officials will know, and they will determine whether a player is offside or whether they touched the ball or they didn't touch the ball. So as for conspiracy theories there, they should quickly die down before people start to say that, oh, this, that, and that. Technology doesn't lie. Your comments are welcome, 054-257-1061. So the latest 3 games in the World Cup: Spain 3, Austria 0, Portugal 2, Croatia 1. So the Spain game was played in Los Angeles. Portugal 2, Croatia 1 was played at Toronto. And then in Vancouver, also in Canada, it was Switzerland 2, Algeria 0. Tonight, Australia taking on Egypt in Dallas. Argentina will take on Cabo Verde in Miami. I'd love to go to Miami. Miami is a place I'd love to visit. Maybe I should start putting my coins away to see if one day I can visit Miami. It's one of the places I'd love to visit. There are 2 places in the world, or 2 places in America I'd love to visit: New York and Miami. New York and Miami. Those are 2 places I would certainly love to visit. The other place I'd love to visit, well, maybe Los Angeles, probably. But if it is in LA, I want to go and see. Well, I'd love to go and see a basketball game. So I'd love to visit New York one day and experience Madison Square Garden go and watch a basketball game. I'd love to visit Miami for the vibes. I don't like the beach that much, but I'd love to visit Miami for the vibes. Just to see Rick Ross's place. Rick Ross represents Miami. I'd love to visit Rick Ross's town. And then at 1:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, July the 4th in Ghana, Colombia versus Ghana, 1:30 a.m. Have you ever seen a match start at 1:30 a.m. before? Only in the 2026 World Cup. That match is happening at the Kansas City Stadium, so we'll all stay awake to watch that game. It's a Saturday. So when the game ends around 3:30, 4 a.m., 4:30, whatever time, sleep. Or wait, if you sleep, you might miss the Saturday morning watches. So okay, so what? You stay up, eat the watches, and sleep, right? Okay, that sounds like a plan. And then Saturday night. So Saturday evening, Canada versus Morocco is the round of 16 game, 5 p.m. So when Ghana plays at 1:30 a.m., later that day, the round of 16 will begin. Canada versus Morocco is the first round of 16 game. Paraguay versus France, 9 p.m. is the second one. And then on Sunday at 8 p.m., it is Brazil versus Norway in New York. And then midnight, so Sunday into Monday, Mexico versus England. Oof. And then Portugal versus Spain at 7 p.m. on Monday. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. In the meantime, I don't know, maybe we should take some calls. In the meantime, give us a call, 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. The Black Stars play tomorrow morning at 1:30 a.m. What are you expecting from the Black Stars? Give me a call, because the next time we meet as members of the Sporty Breakfast family, it will be Monday morning. The game will be 2 days old. Let me take this call.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm calling from Kumasi.
Yes, what's your name?
My name is Alfred Aqua.
All right.
From Kumasi.
From Kumasi. Which part of Kumasi? Which part of Kumasi? Okay. Thank you. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Give me a call, 054-257-1061, 030-279-4805. What are your expectations of the Black Stars tomorrow morning? Let me take this caller. Hello?
Hello, Nathan.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm John calling from Akosu.
All right, please go ahead, John.
I think Cape Verde will qualify.
You think Cape Verde will qualify?
Yes.
I see.
They can mark it down. Cape Verde will surely qualify.
Okay.
Thank you.
They are taking on Argentina. Let's see if they will qualify. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. 828. Give us a call, 054-257-1061, 030-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Nathan.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everything fine.
Sorry?
I said everything fine.
Yes.
Okay. So, I can't talk more about Ronaldo.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Zeke. I'm calling from Colombia.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, I'm on score the you people they talk to the EBC Cowboy.
But who has said that?
So then they talk. Then they want time for X.
Charlie, people take some of these things really seriously. Comments on X. Comments on X is what you are concerned about. Hey, Chairman. Anyway, please go ahead.
We I say Ghana game. Colombia people, Charlie. The way they play, the my intensity, the intense. I think you defending him anymore sharp. Because Charlie, if you don't qualify, if you don't have the African team, they come out. So if I think a game plan is serious, because we show Mukrana, I'm on you. So Charlie, that'll be what I talk.
All right. Thank you. 8:30, Coach Dance will be joining us in a second. He's wrapping up his notes. But you can give me a call, 054-257-1061, 030-279-4805. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yes, hello, Mr. Nathan.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, this is the one and only Achikeria from Ghana.
All right. Please go ahead.
Yes, so we are small thing here. We are not sleeping. I think my wife that we will sleep in the afternoon. Then we wake up at dawn. Okay. We join half hour and we eat. When half hour is done, we are all sitting down and share the breakfast one. So we just hope and pray. We get a positive result that will take us to the next level.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you too, Achekera. Have a good day. 8:31. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Give me a call, 030-279-4805, 030-279-4805, 054-257-1061. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Please lower the volume of your radio. It's giving me terrible feedback. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I am Paul.
Okay, Paul, I want you to lower the volume of your radio. Kill the radio. Listen to me through the phone, not through the radio.
Can you hear me?
I can. I'm saying that lower the volume of your radio. The feedback is terrible.
Right.
All right. Please go ahead.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm calling from Takwa.
All right. Paul from Takwa, please go ahead.
I don't know if it is a predict and win, what you're doing, or it's not a predict and win.
No, we are not doing a predict and win. I mean, I've opened the phone lines. I just want people to share their expectations of the Black Stars.
Because I want to give the correct score line. So
no problem.
For Ghanaians, people will come and say that what I'm saying, I'm not a Ghanaian, but I want to give you the correct score.
No problem.
It will be 2-0 against Ghana.
No problem.
Colombia to Ghana.
Okay, yeah. Paul, this is what I want you to do. I want you to download the Sporty Bet app, right? Go on there and back that result with some money. You never know. You could win big on the Sporty Bet app.
For the bet today, I'm not interested.
Okay, no problem. That's what my producer was suggesting. But you've given us the prediction. You said Colombia 2, Ghana 0.
Yes, please. So after the match, I can call. I will call and talk to you again.
Okay, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. So for those who are interested, Paul from Takwa has given you a prediction. He says Colombia 2, Ghana 0. So for those who are on the Sporty Bet app, you can try it and see if it works. Obami, you have something. If not, well. 8:34. This is still the Sporty breakfast. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, later. This holiday is totally. I'm feeling the weather.
Okay.
It's one of the lines. The guy, you want to predict and win.
No, yeah, he's.
Predict and win, then the bet, what will be the difference?
I mean, I don't.
Anyone you want to predict and win. But the way that notice for the bet there, you don't go download.
So because my producer says I should tell him that if he has a prediction, he should.
You should go to Sporty. That's the right place to go to make money.
Yeah, but he says he doesn't bet, so that is fault.
You don't make money, but you want Sporty to dash you money. Free of charge. Later, how did Roberto Martinez get the Portugal job?
How did he get the Portugal job? I'm sure.
Listen.
Why?
Because this is so. See, Roberto Martinez is such a terrible coach.
Oh.
Such a terrible coach. With all these players at our disposal. Can you look at the football he's playing? Look at the football he's playing.
Which football is he playing?
Look at Bruno. He's putting Bruno in the box too. His Bruno position is Bruno and Ronaldo are fighting in the box. Like he doesn't even look at Michael Carrick. A new Jose coach. Look at the way he uses Bruno Fernandes. You have this Portuguese team is not a stable team. I don't know. And anything by force to play Cristiano Ronaldo. So he's just breaking attacks. If his players have the ball and they want to run with the ball, he just come back and tell them to slow down. See, yesterday I was playing. They lost the game yesterday. Look at a 40-year-old Luka Modric controlling the midfield. Charlie, a 40-year Luka Modric powering Vitinha, Jean Neves in the middle of the park.
Okay.
And he was controlling the game. 40 years Luka Modric. You have this Vitinha. But it doesn't go to lose everything at Paris Saint-Germain. The man is just a terrible coach.
Yeah.
He's a terrible coach. You have a striker on the bench. And this Ghana version of Kamadi Silomana, Rafael Leo. Hey, the guy is he's watching Rafael Leo. He's watching Rafael Leo. He's like I'm watching Kamadi Gomas.
I see. Well, AC Milan. AC Milan fans complain all the time about Rafael.
It's not like the guy doesn't have the talent to. If he's playing too, like he's not serious. He's laughing. He's just laughing. Just laughing on the field. If he makes mistake, he's laughing. Just running with the ball. And if this is how they are going to play this speed, then sorry for what you are saying. They will correct like 3 or 4. Because look at the difference. Yesterday it was Diego Costa. If it was because of Diego Costa, the way they will collect would were.
Yeah, he was.
And some of the decisions they took on the field. Some of the it's like what it's like. I don't know if you want to give what influence Portugal winning the World Cup. I don't know. But some of the decisions, look at Modric was very. Look at the fans yesterday. They were very fierce, throwing punches on the field.
Which one? The offside one.
The offside though.
Yeah, but the offside one, I mean, I think it was quite clear. I mean, according to the VAR people, based on data from the football that has the chip in it, the ball did touch the Croatian player. So,
but the ball touched Viega.
It touched who?
How do you call it? The defender. Renato Viega or what they call him.
Yeah.
The ball also touched the guy.
Well, I don't know if the Croatian got to the ball first before it touched Renato Vega. Anyway, look,
If they are playing such a table football with all these players, he doesn't have a control over this team.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the stuff he makes are very terrible.
Yeah.
And you have this thing, no aggressive, like he doesn't press, like you don't know the football thing. I'm not sure this guy's a Spanish. I'm not sure he's a Spanish one. Because you can't play such a terrible football with all this stuff. I mean, this is so bad. And if this down, they're going to play this thing, then Charlie, the racism will be their end. Because they cannot play this football and go and make space. No, never. Even though Spain are not playing, I don't think Spain are playing very well. But if this how Portugal is going to play against Spain, then Charlie, Ronaldo, no, but what you go bye. This is last up.
Okay.
And now for Canada, you are hoping for the better.
Mm-hmm.
We will not sleep today. I'm drinking a tire, so I'm not sleep. I'm a good body.
So he's drinking attire, so he won't sleep. Why is attire like a stimulant or something? Hey. All right, let me take this final caller for the segment, and then we will proceed. Hello.
Hello, Nathan.
Yes.
If you pick me like go pay me, Papa. I'm going to Akosombo. Go follow me.
You dey go Akosombo when?
Today. No. Say today be holiday.
Today be holiday.
I will go. Where want to? Baba, the other line to why? More fun now.
I don't know what's wrong with the other line because it's.
Charlie.
Woman him here call me back through but me who she.
Oh, Charlie.
Anyway, Michael, please go ahead for me.
Everything cool.
Everything cool. We there inside.
You see, Roberto Martinez. If you meet Ancelotti,
mm-hmm.
you meet Scaloni, Didier Deschamps, Thomas Tuchel, Ojugu Baba. You plan B. Wasampa. And then I did Johnson in Salon.
No.
Wabonro.
Oh.
He there Otuado, I don't know the difference. Maybe Otuado be black, then he be white. So that one there, he did. But the round of 16, do you know the match that you have to watch?
Which match is this?
England Mexico.
England Mexico, of course.
It's a traditional World Cup match. Everything be inside. The won't be. Surprise beat Messi. So England they shouldn't think say, and especially at Mexico City.
Sure.
He died. Best war. Seriously, that match. Maybe I'm going to be for watch that match because that match be serious match. That'll be the match of the round of 16.
Yeah.
Understand? Like this match will be semi-final match.
Of course.
Understand? But you get plan, pal.
What that?
You get plan, pal, because I did talk to. So what I'm watching and watching that.
Now, Colombia, Ghana, area 4, 5 a.m. Oh, that watching around. On your watch around no born on heavy.
You know what? I don't think that I say this street boy.
It's a Saturday morning watch it. It's a thing. It's a ritual.
You know the levels.
It's a ritual. And 4 a.m. Obe me say watch a line. Now Saturday today on your area watch it be any.
I spoke with it to you. I go meet your man there. I guess him say Ghana go eliminate Colombia.
Your vim day high.
Yeah, I'm having day. Yeah. I guess something be
Make you see. Make you see what God will do for you.
Shall you go meet your man there?
All right, safe. Take care.
Come Akosombo, Akosombo.
Weekend in me here, you mind to me, but today you better come and say me tree.
Yeah.
All right. 8:43. This is still the Sporty breakfast. All right, let's put a pause on the calls for now. Let's put a pause on. So let's put a pause on somebody's house. Let me take this last call. You know what? After this one, lock the line. Take out the battery from the phone. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
My name is Good.
Sorry.
Calling from Ashama. Calling from Ashama.
All right. Please go ahead.
Okay. I mean the Portugal match today. The referee didn't help us at all.
Okay.
The Croatians almost gave us a heart attack. I mean, but this Portugal team, as you said, they have been there too much. I don't know whether they are thinking that we are supporting the Portugal national team. We are not supporting them. We are supporting Cristiano Ronaldo, and once Cristiano Ronaldo, as the news came out last night that he was going to retire after the World Cup. I mean, the support is gone. It is gone. Once Ronaldo is out of there, the support is gone. You see, Bruno Fernandes, I don't understand, and I feel like he's down to playing style and all these things equals to the manager at the touchline, because Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United is a much better player than the one I used to see in Portugal national team.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I don't know between Bruno and Neves, who is the number 10. There is a kind of conflict between the two of them. They like attacking the box. And yesterday, I wasn't seeing Bruno Fernandes in the middle. I was like seeing him up top. Whether he's the number 9, I don't know. He's always attacking the ball, leaving the midfield open. Which was controlling everything. Vitinha and the Neves, to be sincere, I don't know. These guys are a different beast altogether in Paris Saint-Germain. But when it comes to this Portugal national team, he's still a different player. And all these things is down to the manager. I don't know which kind of manager is this. Which type of manager is this? Watching this Portugal national team, I feel pity for them, because once everything is just gathered to the head of Cristiano Ronaldo this, Cristiano Ronaldo did that. Because the guy is doing not, because yesterday I actually was no single chance. Like, Bruno Fernandes did not create a single chance to this guy. Say, upon his number 10, but he's always playing out of position. Vitinha and Neves, if I feel like he should balance that team, he has Ruben Neves, the typical number 6 that doesn't move. Vitinha, either he starts Vitinha or he starts Neves. Number 6 should be in that role. Then the other person should complement him as a number 8. Then maybe Bruno Fernandes can play, or Bernardo Silva. You should see these guys on the bench, because bringing them in because they are big players, they are competing themselves with Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know. I don't understand the type of team. Because if they play like this, definitely Spain, Lamine Yamal will destroy this team. And I don't want that for them. I don't want that for them. So they should do well and make us proud. We are supporting Ronaldo.
Okay.
Thank you, my boss.
All right. Thank you. All right. We'll put a pause on the calls for now. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. Let me welcome Coach Kwabena. So, Coach, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nathan. I'm doing very, very well. This night, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But I decided to watch all the 3 games.
I see.
Yes.
You decided to watch all the 3 games.
It wasn't easy at all.
I'm sure waking up this morning was tough.
One of the most difficult things to do is to wake up after watching all these 3 games.
Of course, because first game was at what time?
Spain 7.
Was at 7.
Yeah, and
so
then 11.
First game was at 7. So 7, 11.
Yeah.
And then the Switzerland-Algeria game was a 3 a.m. game.
Yeah, 3 a.m. So in between time, I was watching my series. I have a series on Netflix.
Okay. So you've been up all night.
Yes.
It means you have to sleep after sporty breakfast.
Definitely.
You come back for
Copa Mundo.
Yeah. Anyway, wow. So you've been busy. We have a lot to go through then.
Yes.
Spain, definitely. Austria, Portugal, Croatia, and Switzerland, Algeria. You know,
Yeah.
I had to go somewhere for some personal business. By the time I got home, Spain were what? 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch it. I was just following the score. Then they were 2-0 up, and then I later heard they were 3-0 up. And then I remembered you. and I remembered what you said about Spain.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, they had to play out a very good performance.
Very, very good
and then I checked the scorers, and I remembered what you said on Copa Mundo, that the players who scored would be very crucial. Or the 2 players would be very crucial. Lamine Yamal
and then Mikel
Oyarzabal. And Oyarzabal got 2 goals.
And Lamine, the man of the match. That is it for Spain. You see, all the time I say it. I'm a big fan of La Roya. I'm a big fan of La Roya. So whenever Spain is playing,
you watch.
You see, yesterday was very interesting. I was watching the Spain game and I was watching you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching you. I was watching you.
I was recording a podcast somewhere. So we were watching. Anyway.
Yeah, so it was nice. It was nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
It was very, very nice. So today I want us to focus on two things. The first one will be Spain versus Austria.
Okay.
I would want us to analyze the Spanish team. A lot of people are saying now Spain has their mojo back, and I would want to, analyze why Spain are a deadly force at this World Cup.
Yeah.
After their first game, a lot of people doubted them. That this Spain cannot get to the level that we expected them to get to. But you see, Spain is always Spain. Some people felt that they were contenders for the World Cup. Some people felt that they were favorites for the World Cup. After the first game, some people felt that they were pretenders for the World Cup. and after the game against Austria, I think those who felt Spain were just pretenders, they would put Spain in the contenders or even the favorite bracket. So that is it for La Roya. So I'll look at Spain against Austria. Then from there, we will get into the Ghanaian interest. Colombia, how they play. Let's analyze Colombia. How can Ghana get a favorable result against Colombia? We are going to analyze it this morning. So this morning, two things: Spain, Austria, Colombia, Ghana. So it means that Portugal against Croatia will be moved to Copa Mundo.
Copa Mundo. Wonderful.
And you see today the game's very interesting, African interest too.
Yes.
Because Algeria had already played. They are out. Now Egypt will be playing. After that, Cape Verde will also be playing. So today's games are, African interest. After Cape Verde, we have another African interest in Ghana, Colombia. Yes. So right. African interest.
Yes, African. It's a day of a lot of African interest. All right. Let's get cracking.
Okay. Thank you, Nathan. Now for Spain, under Luis de la Fuente, Nathan, they are a team who excels a lot in wide play. Wide play. Is it, and how do I even say it? Has it always been there? No. Okay, so if we go back to, let's say, Aragones. Yeah. Luis Aragones' team was a passing team. A lot of passing. Even come to 2008, 2012, yes, under 2010, under Del Bosque, a lot of passing. That was the point where Spain would play a game with about 5 midfielders. Yes, true. Iniesta at the wings, Fabregas as the 9, David Silva at the other wings. So playing with David Silva and Iniesta as your wingers. Clearly, they are not going to base on the wide play. Means that the fullbacks were going to provide the weight. They will eventually come inside. The wingers who had started as, or the midfielders who are started as wingers will come inside, try to combine the passing and then create the spaces and then the chances. So watch the Spain. What Spain in 2012 Euros, where they won. The weight was provided by all the other, at those plans. But once the ball gets inside, a lot of combination play, a lot of passes, and then you are done. So that is how Spain was playing. But under Luis de la Fuente, he has shown one thing, that as a manager, he excels a lot when he has wingers. Without wingers, he's okay. So he's unlike Luis Aragones, unlike Vicente Del Bosque. So these were managers who, for Spain, they did not even care whether they have world-class wingers or not. No. But for Luis de la Fuente, even go and check his U19, U21 team. That team had wingers. But the interesting thing is that team also had Mikel Oyarzabal as his number 9. So he has been using Oyarzabal as his number 9 since the U21 days. Okay. So he knows how to get the best out of Mikel Oyarzabal. 17 goals in the last 16 starts for Spain. And these numbers, come on, they are mind-boggling for La Roya. So for this manager, Luis de la Fuente, Nathan, he excels a lot whenever he has a lot of wingers and then he's playing the wide play. So check the team that won the Euros for Spain under his care. That team with Lamine Yamal, with Nico Williams. These two guys were too influential and instrumental for Spain. But this World Cup, Lamine is playing with 80% fitness. Just 80%. Lamine is not fully fit. Nico Williams at around 60%. And even in the game against Uruguay, he was injured. Take someone like Victor Munoz. In the La Liga last season, excellent. He was the 4th best dribbler in the La Liga last season. Victor Munoz. And after the season, a lot of clubs, were chasing his signature. And now he's
gone to Liverpool.
To Liverpool under Andoni Iraola, another Spanish manager. The team had Yeremy Pino, but Yeremy Pino is injured. And even at this World Cup, it will be very difficult for us to get Yeremy Pino play some minutes for Spain. So looking at, the wingers of Spain, looking at the focal point of Luis de la Fuente, who prioritizes wingers and wing play, and the wingers that he took to this World Cup, they are not fully fit. So it means that if you are a manager, Nathan, you must look for another plan B, another plan to attack, else you will go home. And it was evident in that first game. All the time I say, I'm saying that the first game that Spain played against Cape Verde, it is the best game that Spain played, at this World Cup. Because it's a game that has taught Spain a lot of things. After that Spain against, Cape Verde game, that was the game which, spoke to De La Fuente that guy, I must pick another plan B, else I'll go home. And to me, that game was a blessing in disguise. So after that game, Spain decided to get another way of attacking. And since that point, Spain has been splendid. Super team. Now you see, they were lacking the qualitative superiority on the wider areas. And the last time we spoke about superiorities. So Spain were lacking the qualitative superiority on the wider areas. So Nathan, how did the manager do it? Okay, if I'm lacking qualitative superiority on the wider areas, then let me use the numerical superiority to compensate for it.
Okay.
I don't have quality on the wider areas. Why? Because the players that I have, although they are very good, but they are not fully fit. So I'm lacking that qualitative superiority on the wider areas. So what must I do? I must find a different way. And that superiority was the numerical superiority. So now Spain is replacing the qualitative superiority with numerical superiority. And since that switch, Spain is gelling.
Okay.
How did he do it? He just decided to play with the double width. And I'm going to explain it on our tactical board. So join us on, our social so that you can really understand the analysis.
For those listening to the feed, you can log on to Facebook, get on to SportyFM's page and on YouTube as well. We'll later reshare the segment for those who miss. But if you can watch us live, it will help you to further appreciate the ideas that we are talking about here with Coach Kwabena. So Coach is making a point that Spain have realized that they have challenges with the qualitative superiority. So they decided to bypass that and use numbers.
Yes.
So instead of, say, a situation where one winger takes on a fullback in the wide area and that winger is so good, he can do the work, they decided to use 2 players to provide the width and still produce the same effect.
Yes. Now, we are going to speak about the double width that Spain is using.
Yeah.
Now, Nathan, you see, in football, double width, as the name suggests, or depicts, means that playing 2 players on the wider areas. Normally for coaches, they will tell you if one winger is hugging the touchline, as we can see from our tactical board, one fullback, you must occupy this half space. Instead of you to be on the same line with him, you must occupy this half space. But as I said, if there's only one player here, Lamine, Nico, whoever. Now it means that you must use your qualitative ability to beat whoever is in front of you. But with that, Spain lacks it because of injuries. Not because they don't have the quality, or they have it. But since they are not fully fit, they cannot give it their all. So now the manager has decided that he wants to use the double width. So the double width means that on the wider areas, he's using 2 players instead of 1. Now, these are the importance of using the double width. This is what Spain seeks to achieve whilst they are using the double width. Now, Nathan, the first one is creating 2v1 overload. Creating 2v1 overload. Now, since there's 2 players here as the double width, it means that if the ball is with, say, Lamine, and they're attacking the back line, now they would have Pedro Polo and then Lamine Yamal trying to attack the fullback of the opponent. And with Pedro Polo, we know from his days as Spurs that offensively, he's very good.
Yes.
And that is why after the first game that Spain played against Cape Verde, I came here and I told you that playing with Marcos Llorente will not help. Rather, they should go for an offensive fullback. A fullback who can play either as an overlapping or underlapping fullback. And since Pedro Porro, got into the lineup, he has used his performance to speak for himself. So the first one that Spain seeks to achieve, Nathan, is to create this 2v1 overload. And for Lamine Yamal, he's a player who excels a lot when he has a lot of support, from the wider areas. So even for Barcelona, the last time I told you, if Barca will excel a lot, some of them depends on the movement of Julius Koundé.
Yeah.
So Koundé will move. At times he will take away this player. He will move. This player will follow him, and it will create a 1v1 for Lamine. And we all know, if you leave Lamine in a 1v1 situation, he's going to beat you. Because even for him, even 2v1 and even 1v3, he beat them. How much more 1v1? And yesterday, I don't know, the record in terms of the most nutmegs in a game. But I know that yesterday, Lamine Yamal, what he did in the game, if he's not number one, he'll be number two. Because he nearly killed, Conrad Lima. Nutmegs. Oh. Only nutmeg yesterday. And he was, he was exceptional in the game yesterday. So that's the first point, to create this 2v1 overload. Now the second one is to stretch the defense of the opponent. Now you see, since teams saw that, okay, Spain doesn't have that teeth to bite us in the wider areas, then we are not going to commit numbers at the wider area. So let's stay compact, let's stay central. So this is how teams were defending against Spain. How this is it. So they will stay compact.
Yeah.
4-4-2. They will stay compact in a central area. It means that they've left, the wider areas for Spain. Why? Because they know that Spain doesn't have, the teeth to bite them at the wider area. But playing with the double weight, now it means that the teams must stretch their defenses to press these two players. Because now it's not only one player, it is two. So since it's two, if you don't stretch and press them, this one will just take the ball, come inside, this will overlap, you give him the ball, and they will enter your box. So now it means that you must stretch your center backs, you must do the seams, the shifting to try and press them. Again, with this double with Nathan, it means that you cannot shift only the defensive line. The midfield line must also shift. Why? Because of this player.
Yeah. Because if you shift only the defensive line, the fullback is always going to be 2v1 down.
Always.
So you have to shift the midfield line, so it is 2-on-2.
That is the
on
point.
That flank.
But for most teams, how do they train the seams or the shifting? They train only these guys, the back line. They don't train the midfield line. So it means that even if these guys want to do the seams or the shifting, they will be unable to do it very well. And that is one of the good points for Spain. Since this midfield line are not, they are unable to do the seams very well, then it means that it's an advantage to Spain. And to me, this is one of the things that is really helping them. Again, Nathan, doing these seams, it creates a lot of gaps in between your defensive line and your midfield line. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Because now shifting, if your players, they are not well coordinated enough, it means that once they are moving, someone must go earlier or someone will go earlier than the other, and that will leave a gap.
Yeah.
And they have Mikel Oyarzabal, who smells gaps. Have you seen it? Spain, they have Mikel Oyarzabal. He smells those gaps. So where are they? Is it between the center backs? He will be there. Is it between a center back and a full back? He will be there. Is it up here? He will be there. So once you are shifting, Spain knows that you cannot shift, in coordination throughout the 90 minutes. Definitely there will be moments where you will shift and then you will leave gaps in between your players.
Yes.
And they have players who thrives at that. Now in this midfield line, they have Dani Olmo, who also smells those gaps and can play in tight spaces. And even in the game, at a point, Mikel Oyarzabal decided to play in a half space, Danny Olmo in another half space. It means that this area, there was nobody here. They will always be waiting for you to shift. There will be a space and you move. You will shift, there will be a space and then you move. And that is one of the ways that Spain have decided to compensate for their lack of qualitative superiority due to injuries. Again, playing with a double weight has given Spain, an opportunity to progress the ball with low risk penetration. Now, Nathan, in football, whenever you are building through the central areas, it is difficult than you are building through the wider areas. And this is the reason. Most of the time, teams are compact at the central areas. So it means that trying to force the pass through the central areas, there is a higher chance of the ball being blocked or intercepted.
Yeah.
So that means that trying to play through the center, you stand a higher chance of losing the ball than trying to play through the wider areas. So playing with a double weight means that Spain has the opportunity to build through the wider areas with a low risk penetration. And these are the most important reasons why Spain have decided to use the double weight. So now let's get into the game. Let's look at some images in the game to confirm the double weight and how it really helped Spain in the game. So in the game, Spain were using the overlaps and underlaps, the high and low positioning of the double weight, and then rotations to move the ball and then try to cause havoc against Austria. So this is our first image. Now let's look at the top, the left side. We have Marc Cucurella and then Alex Baena, all close to the line, double weight.
Okay.
Now let's look at the right side.
Yes,
We have
Poro.
and then Lamine close to the line, double weight. So instead of one to stay here at the half space and then one to stay wide, no. Spain decided that right fullback, right winger, stay closer to the line, hug the line, double weight at the right side.
Yeah.
Left back, left winger, stay close, hug that line, double weight at that side. So they were left with these three man midfield, Rodri, Pedri, and then Dani Olmo, and this was how the Spanish team they were playing. Now Nathan, with this, it means that Austria were pressing Spain in a 4-4-2, but it's a 4-4-2 narrow mid block. Why mid block? Let's look at the height. Where are they? Around the center circle. Yeah. So it means that they are doing it in a mid block, but they are very narrow. Why are they narrow? They've not spread out to cover the wider areas. Rather, they are compact in the central zone. So they are very, very narrow. So the present shape of Austria in the game against Spain was a 4-4-2 narrow shape. Why did they choose this? Because they knew that Spain have lost a certain bite in terms of the qualitative superiority on the wider areas. So if they decide to do that, it will help them. But Luis de la Fuente also decided to play with a double weight so that he can compensate for the lack of qualitative superiority with numerical superiority. And in the game, it really helped Spain. Again, let's look at this image. This is our second image for the day. Now, Nathan, looking at this, yes, Spain has the double weight here. But look at this guy, Mikel Oyarzabal.
He's dropped so deep
to move David Alaba. Now, this is a space. And if this ball gets to Pedro Porro, it means that you can just give a pass in the end. This ball, it left Lamine one-on-one, but Lamine went too early and he was caught offside. He went too early. He should have, delayed a little. And you see, this is how Spain they play. Oyarzabal decided to move. Lamine knew that he was moving. Lamine was watching that space, which will be created behind Oyarzabal and then David Alaba. So once the ball, got to Pedro Porro, Lamine already knew what to do. And that is the connections within the Spanish team. So Spain, the last time I said it, they play with rhythm. If they find their rhythm, trust me, no matter who you put in front of them, they are going to play against that team. Again, now how Pedri and then Rodri, are dictating games for Spain needs to be, spoken about. Now, let's look at this. The last time I told you that playing Pedri in a half space will not really help you to get the best out of Pedri.
Okay.
Most of the time, he wants to play with the number 6 a little deeper so that he can control the game. Now, with Spain, since they were playing once again with their double weight, as we can see here, it means that Pedri and then Rodri were, at the base, trying to dictate the game. And now with this, Nathan, let's look at this. Is Mikel Oyarzabal in the house piece, Dani Olmo in the house piece. There's no.
It's almost like they have 4 men.
Yes.
In midfield.
Because
Pedri,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rodri at the base of it.
Yes.
And then Oyarzabal.
And what is the defensive shape of Austria? 4-4-2. 4-4-2 means that you have just two men. So 2 central men against Spain 4. Even if it's 2v2, Spain will possess and find spaces. How much more 4v2?
Yeah.
So it was a game Spain was always going to win. Trust me. And that was the reason yesterday on the Copa Mundo I said it, that Spain will score at least 2 goals. Because if you play this way against Spain, trust me, they are going to beat you. And one of the things that yesterday Austria did to me, I did not understand why Ralf Rangnick decided to do that. He wanted only the front 2 to press. Whenever they were going, the others would stay and try to maintain the way. Why? If you are pressing, press. I'm saying I took this advice from Vincent Kompany. The game against PSG, Bayern PSG. After the game, he said, playing against top level or elite opposition, there's no space in between pressing and decided not to press. So if you press, go full press. If you won't press, don't press at all. Because if you decide, okay, I want to go, I don't want to go, they are going to punish you. And yesterday in the game, it really showed. Now let's try to, analyze the goals that the Spanish team scored. This is the build-up to the first goal. And it's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, Nathan, let's count this. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th guy. So the back line, the back 4 of Austria is 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is Alex Baena. Now I told you Spain plays with the double weight. Initially, Alex Baena was here, and then this fullback was here. But as soon as the ball, got to Pedri, Alex Baena intentionally came inside, as Mikel Oyarzabal was doing in the previous images. So coming inside means that this right back will follow.
Baena has pulled the right back.
That is the point.
And it's opened up
this space for who?
For Marc Cucurella.
Why? Because Marc Cucurella is playing with as a double weight with Alex Baena. So even if the winger in the game, Alex Baena comes inside, they have another winger there in Marc Cucurella
who can play on the outside.
The double weight. If the qualitative superiority is not working, let me use the numerical superiority. Spain. Purely tactical. And this was a very good pass to Marc Cucurella, who knew what to do at that particular point in time. Now let's talk about this guy, Mikel Oyarzabal. Mikel Oyarzabal. Now, Nathan, you see, have you seen the goal that Lamine scored against Saudi? It was Oyarzabal at this stage.
Yes.
And he crossed the ball. Let's take note of this. Across, the face of the goalkeeper, like this, for Lamine to tap in. But in yesterday's goal, when this ball got to this space, if you are an Austrian defender and you watch that game against Saudi, and you saw that when the ball went to the wider area, they put the pass across, the 6-yard box for Lamine. You definitely try to run across that area to stop it.
Yes.
But this time, Spain didn't put that ball there. It was a cutback inside here. So look at the Austrian players. They were running to cover that area. But Mikel Oyarzabal decided to stay. Now let's look at Mikel Oyarzabal. Look at where Alaba was standing in the first image. Where he was standing. When he left, it was Oyarzabal who came there. So the same place that Alaba, look at the distance between, the two lines. of the designs of the pitch. Where Alaba was standing, the same place is where Mikel Oyarzabal was standing. But at this point, Alaba had moved, thinking the pass is coming across the 6-yard box. So Spain has showed us that they can put that pass across or put it in between. But the most important thing is the intelligence of the attackers to read the situation, to decide to stop, and then this was just a pass the ball to the next situation. It was pass the ball to the net, no power, nothing. Just pass the ball to the net, and the goalkeeper was unable to dive. He couldn't do anything about this goal, and it was a very simple goal. Now to the third goal. It was a very nice goal. Once again, this guy who came in as a winger has also pinned, this fullback. But as I said, since they are using a double weight, even if your fullback is able to pin one of them, they are left with another option. And in this case, Marc Cucurella was free to receive once again. So this is a very big space for Marc Cucurella to receive. And this space was created as a result of the double weight that the Spanish team they were using. Now let's look at the pass that Marc Cucurella played. Nathan, this is the pass.
It's a brilliant pass.
Look at the defensive line was completely distorted.
The two fullbacks closest to Marc Cucurella look like they are in position. At least they are trying to see if they can stop the cross. But the other half of the defensive line is completely gone.
Completely.
There's a gentleman at the very top who I suspect could be the left back. I don't know. Even if he's the left back, the other centre back is not in position.
He's not in position.
That is a lot of real estate for Miguel Oyarzabal to construct a house.
This was the point where Oyarzabal received the pass. So at the point where he received it, he was alone in the box. When the pass eventually came, he was alone in the box. And when I was telling you the reason Spain decided to use, the double movement, I told you that they knew that you cannot do the seams
all game.
Yes.
At a point,
it will break.
It will break.
And this is it. At a point, it will break. And this is it. At the 88th minute, it was completely broken. And this created another opportunity for Mikel Oyarzabal, who is not going to miss from this area.
Very similar to the first goal.
Pass
it into the net. This time with the right foot.
That is the point.
The first goal with the left.
Just pass it into the net. So that is it for La Roya. Spain has really announced their presence as far as this World Cup is concerned. They've really announced to all those who doubted the Spanish team that, guys, don't doubt La Roya. Don't doubt La Roya. Vamos España was everywhere yesterday.
Vamos España.
Yes, and yesterday Spain was able to to do the work. So congrats to Spain. But let me touch on this before I get into the Colombia-Ghana game. Nathan, have you seen the counter press of Spain? We are talking about their in-possession qualities, but we're forgetting about their counter pressing. It is the best at this World Cup, trust me.
Okay, so Coach, can you just explain for the uninitiated what the counter press means when we say
as soon as you lose the ball? There are teams who decide to run back and sit in the defensive block, and there are teams who decide to press you as soon as they lose the ball to win it back, and that is the counter pressing.
Okay,
that is what in German they call it the Gegen pressing.
Yes.
So with that counter pressing, Spain is the best at this World Cup. Take it from me.
That is, Spain will typically have the ball. Now, if you press them and take the ball off them, how they get the ball back, that is the counter press. So the press to get the ball back.
And you see, the reason Spain is the best is because most of the time, whenever they have the ball, they are very close, amongst themselves, they are very, very close. And once the players are close with the ball, it means that if they lose the ball, they must cover some short distance to press you, to counter press you. And that is why the counter pressing of Spain is the best at this World Cup. Nathan, do you know that at this World Cup, Spain has not considered a goal?
Yeah, it's true.
Yesterday's game, Spain did not consider a shot on target. In 4 games, only 3 shots on target against Spain. In 4 games.
4 games.
Only 3 shots on target. In 4 games. The opponent has been able to Cape Verde 1 shot on target. Saudi 1 shot on target. Uruguay 1 shot on target. Austria 0. That is it for Spain. And at the knockout stage in the World Cup, for a team to have 0 shot on target, it seems the last time that happened was way back in 2014. Germany, Argentina in that final. If I could recall, yes. From that point to now, at the knockout stage, every team will get a shot on target. But yesterday, Spain reduced Austria to 0. Why? Because of their excellent counter pressing. So don't look at Spain like, oh, it is Oyarzabal who is playing the number 9, but who is Oyarzabal? Yes. But for Spain and for Luis de la Fuente, he is their Ronaldo. He is their Messi.
He's their main man.
He will score a lot of goals. You see, Lamy will win the man of the match. Fine. Lamy will do, yesterday after the first half, Ryan Garcia, the boxer, he tweeted, he was like, Lamy Yamal is the best player in the world. And come on, even Ryan Garcia, who is a boxer, was, admiring the attacking prowess of Lamy Yamal. So most of the time, the attention will be going to Lamy. But there are other guys within the team who does a lot of work. This World Cup, Mikel Merino has not been able to really play as the Mikel Merino that we know. But Merino under Luis de la Fuente, he knows how to get the best out of Mikel Merino. Let's not forget. This World Cup, Fabian Ruiz has not been able to play very well. Yeah. But do you know that the U21 that de la Fuente won, Fabian Ruiz won the best player. Let's not forget too. And even in the Euros, Fabian Ruiz, Luis de la Fuente showed how to get the best out of Fabian Ruiz. And he was one of the best midfielders in the Euros. But at this World Cup, he's not even got, a lot of minutes. These are all guys at the bench who in difficult moments can come on and bail Spain out. Yeah. Yes, you might not, really give them that attention because who is Fabian Ruiz, who is Mikel Merino. But these are system players. And they are playing for a coach who created that system for them. So obviously, they are always going to be dangerous. So congrats to La Roya. Very good win. Now, bring on Portugal. The next game, Spain, Portugal. We will come and analyze it. I think our callers have already analyzed the Portuguese team and they've told us the weakness in the Portugal team. So all Spain has to do is to just go there, play with your double weight, do the good things in the game, counter press very well because it's very, very important.
Monday night, 7 p.m.
Wow.
Portugal versus Spain.
Wow. Monday, Sporty breakfast will be very, very sweet.
Yeah, Monday
you
night.
cannot miss it.
Yes, Monday night, 7 p.m.
Because in the morning on the Sporty breakfast, God willing, we are going to analyze the game. So you cannot miss it. Spain, Portugal. Lamy Yamal versus Cristiano Ronaldo. Now let's move on to Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia. They are a very good team, trust me. They are a very good team. Now, I was listening to, or I've listened to 3 people about their picks about this Colombian team. The first one is a journalist, Edu Agua. Edu Agua says that Colombia is one of the favorites for this year's World Cup. That is Edu Agua.
That's quite interesting.
And then Luis de la Fuente, the head coach.
Luis de la Fuente?
Yes, the head coach of Spain. He says that one of the most dangerous teams to face at this World Cup is Colombia. Now, Lionel Scaloni, the head coach of Argentina, has also added his voice, and he also says Colombia is a very good team, and to him, they can challenge for the World Cup. So 3 different people, but they are saying a very similar thing about Colombia. Edu Agua, a respected journalist, Luis de la Fuente, the head coach of Spain, and then Lionel Scaloni, the head coach of Argentina. It tells you one thing, Nathan, that you should not sleep on this Colombian team. You should not sleep on them. Now, to me, Nathan, I think it is possible for Ghana to beat Colombia. I think it is possible.
Okay.
But I think if Ghana can beat Colombia, we must do twice of what we did against England. And I will show you images of this Colombian team. We are going to look at how they attack, how they play, and we are going to understand whatever it is that I'm talking about. Now, you see, for Néstor Lorenzo, the head coach of, Colombia. You see, Colombia, our head coach, Carlos Queiroz, around 2019-2020, he was there as their head coach. Yeah. So he knows, some of their players and all that. Now, looking at this new coach, Nestor Lorenzo, he's part of the coaches who believe in relationism, not positionism.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in positional play. No. He believes in relational play. Jogo functional. The functional game, the functional play, relationism. He believes in that. And that is why, Luis de la Fuente said that Colombia are a good team. Because for de la Fuente and for Spain, Spain believes in positional play, positionism. But watching Colombia, the Spanish national team head coach saw that Colombia are doing the opposite of what Spain would do. So instead of them to play positionism, they are rather using the relationism. But it is working for them. So Colombia, they play with, and teams that play with relationism, they prioritize relationships on the field, automatisms on the field, chemistry, understanding between players. And we are going to analyze how they play. So the first one, for Colombia, Nathan, it is proximity over spacing. Proximity over spacing. So rather than spreading out to cover the width of the pitch, Colombia, they don't do that. The players gravitate towards the ball, crowding the ball area and try to, switch up the play to the opposite side. So once, assuming the ball is with this right back, for teams playing with positional play, positionism, they will spread out. So you must be here. As Spain, double weight, so you must be here. If they are not playing the double weight, it means that you must come inside, you must be at the half spaces and all these things. Colombia doesn't play that way. Once the ball is at the right side, it is proximity. So you must get closer to whoever has the ball. Get closer. You guys get closer so that we can play. So once they get closer, it means that they can use quick combination passes to build themselves out. But whenever they are doing that, Nathan, they leave a wider player, high. At times, it is a winger, Luis Diaz. At times, it is a fullback, Johan Mojica. So even if the ball is at the left side and they are doing it, the same thing here. Most of the time, if it's at the left side, James Rodriguez will get inside, and then this space will be left for Daniel Munoz to, roam about.
Yeah. So
for them, they prioritize proximity over spacing, and then overload one area, isolate the other, and try to switch up the play. So let's look at this first image from Colombia so that we can really understand it. Now, this is the game against Portugal. Colombia against Portugal. Now the boys are the right side, but you see, the boys at the right side, they have this player there, they have that player there, but they will switch to someone. So that is how they play. The ball will be at one side. They will have numbers there. But quickly, they will switch. Because, Nathan, look at this. This player is running inside. That player, Cordoba, is running inside. Puerta is running inside. But James Rodriguez is not looking to give the ball to any of the guys running inside. There's even John Arias here also trying to run inside. But he will switch to the far side to whoever is free here. So overload one area, isolate the other area. So they look for, that proximity at that side, and then one guy will be free here, and then they will switch the ball to him. So that is one of the ways that Colombia, they play. As I'm saying, they are not a positional-based team, rather a relational-based team. Again, dynamic fluidity. You see, this is a characteristic of almost all relational teams. Because if you are not going to play with a lot of fluidity, why are you being relational in the first place?
Yeah.
Because for those with positional play, be in your zone, be at this space, be at that space. But for those playing with the relational, you must always be moving, always be on the move. So for Colombia, it will be very difficult, Nathan, for me to tell you that this guy, James Rodriguez, is going to stay wide throughout the game. No, he's not going to do that. On the face of, the formation, 4-3-3, wingers, Luis Diaz up there, James Rodriguez down here. But let's look at, the map of James Rodriguez in this World Cup. He's a winger on paper. He starts as a winger, as a right winger for Colombia. But look at his touch map, shot map, chance creation, and tell me if this touch map is that of a winger.
No.
Now, this is the first game against Uzbekistan. He's a winger who is supposed to be here in this zone. Have you seen the zone? But look at where he is. All over. He is all over. It means that he's not going to stay at one area. That dynamic fluidity that I'm talking about will work in their game. Now, this is DR Congo against Colombia. Now, once again, let's look at the positioning of James Rodriguez, who is a winger for this team. And then the last game is, against Portugal.
Yeah.
This one too, let's look at his movement. So clearly, per where he gets his touches, he is not one player who is stationed at a particular zone. He moves a lot. And then you see, that is why Ghana should not try to follow them whenever they are moving. Because if you follow him, you will miss your position. Because for Ghana, we must maintain it. I'll get to Ghana, but we must maintain it. Don't follow them. Nathan, let's look at a very interesting stat here. You see, the green dots are chances created from or by James Rodriguez. With chances created by James Rodriguez, he's created only one chance inside the box. Only one.
One chance.
Inside the 18-yard box. Now, for most players, Nathan, they create chances inside the box more than outside the box. But let's look at the game against DR Congo. He created a chance here, very close to the center line. He created two chances here. Now, let's look at the game against Portugal. He created a chance in his own half. In his own half. Now he created one here, one in this arc, and only one in the box. So it tells you one thing, that for James Rodriguez to create a chance for Colombia, he doesn't need to come inside your box to create those chances. So if you are not very compact in your defensive unit, in your defensive block, no matter where he is, he can create a chance. And for a player of James's quality, you see, the last time I was watching about James Rodriguez, you see, there's a Netflix documentary about him and then his career. So I was watching it and I understood a lot of things about James and how Nestor Lorenzo, this manager, really trusts him. You see, when Nestor Lorenzo took over the job as the head coach of Colombia, that time James Rodriguez was not even getting playing time. He did not even know which club to play for. So from Everton, he had gone to Greece. He even came to Rayo Vallecano. He did not play.
He did not play.
He went to Mexico. He went to USA. He even went to Qatar. James Rodriguez. And the whole of the season, James Rodriguez total minutes is not more than 300 minutes. The whole of last season, his total minutes is not even more than, it's not up to 300 minutes. But this World Cup alone, if he plays 90 minutes against Ghana, he will be, in terms of minutes, it will be more than the total number of minutes that he played the whole season. So it tells you that in the whole season, he was, in quote, useless. But he has a manager, Nestor Lorenzo, who really trusts him. Who decided that, okay, although James Rodriguez, you are not playing, a lot of people think that you are past your prime and your peak. But I still want you. I want you to be a leader for this team. I want you to be a starter. And this is, the touch map of James Rodriguez against Uzbekistan, against DR Congo, against Portugal. He's everywhere on the field of play. Everywhere. Dictating their games. He's everywhere. Now, let's look at this next image so that we can really understand how they move, how they do some of their things. Now, this is James Rodriguez. In the build-up of Colombia, Nathan, we've seen Jefferson Lerma, who is a DM, trying to come in between, Davidson Sanchez and then the other center back to get the ball and then try to play. Now, let's look at this side. Johan Mojica is there. This is the game against DR Congo.
Yeah.
James Rodriguez is also here. Now, it means that James Rodriguez had vacated this area as a winger to come deep into his area to try and receive the ball. So that time with this, will you follow him?
No.
Because if you follow him, there will be a huge space here. And do you know the good thing? They have Daniel Munoz, who is very good at overlapping runs. Why? Because for Daniel Munoz, he has been playing as a wing back for Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
What is the role of a wing back? Offensive, defensive. So whenever we are attacking, follow. Whenever we are defending, come back and form a back five. So for Daniel Munoz, going forward, overlapping is something that is within him. Why? Because he's been doing it for his club side, Crystal Palace. So if you are playing Daniel Munoz, as your overlapping fullback, and you have James Rodriguez vacating this huge area for him, he can cover it. How many goals does he have at this World Cup? Two. Which of the Ghana players has, 2 goals? How many goals have Ghana scored at the World Cup?
Two.
But there is a fullback for Colombia who have also scored 2 goals, and that is Daniel Munoz.
Yeah.
So can we take our eyes off Daniel Munoz?
Certainly not.
No! So if you follow James Rodriguez, this space will open up for Daniel Munoz. Now let's look at the game against Colombia, because we've seen this is the game against DR Congo. How James was using his movement to manipulate them, to create a space for Daniel Munoz. Now Nathan, let's look at this. This is the game against Portugal. Let's focus on Nuno Mendes, because you see where James Rodriguez will start, that right wing, it is the left back row of Portugal. So that is the place where Nuno Mendes is. Nathan, please, let's focus on Nuno Mendes. This is Nuno Mendes. He's telling his coaches that James Rodriguez is going inside, but I don't know what to do. This is James Rodriguez. He's going inside. Now, Nathan, let's focus on Nuno Mendes. Look at Nuno Mendes. Have you seen it? He's telling his coach that, coach, James Rodriguez is going inside, but I don't know if I should follow him or not. Let's look at him, Nuno Mendes. And James Rodriguez indeed went inside, received, and as soon as he receives, he is going to look for a runner and then locate him with a ball. So they switch a lot. They switch a lot, and most of those switches comes from James Rodriguez. His ability to come inside, receive the ball, it is still there. And that is why Nestor Lorenzo decided to take James Rodriguez to this World Cup, even though most people felt that he has passed his prime. So for Ghana, please, let's not view James Rodriguez and this Colombia team now, Rodriguez is past his prime. No. That would be a very, very big mistake. Treat James Rodriguez as the James Rodriguez of Bayern, as the James Rodriguez of Madrid, as the James Rodriguez of Colombia in the 2014 World Cup.
Yeah.
So that we can really be aggressive and defend very well. So that we are not going to be complacent. Because if we decide to be complacent, James, he's going to give just one splitting pass and we'll be done. And his movement is very, very important. How he tacks inside from the wider areas, leaving your fullback with nothing to do, helpless, is very, very important. The manager said something about James. He said, now James walks a lot, but he thinks faster a lot. It means that previously, when James was James, he will be aggressive in the game. He will walk. He will be always on the move. But in terms of intelligence, he did not have it as now. But now the coach, Nestor Lorenzo, is telling us that James Rodriguez walks a lot. But he thinks faster. He thinks more.
Reminds me of something Johan Cruyff said about football being a mental game. He says football is played with the brain. Your legs just carry you around the pitch. You don't play football with your legs.
No.
You play with your brain. Your legs just move you around.
Yeah, they are the two. You see, last time I was monitoring the stats of all the midfielders at this World Cup. 618 midfielders. Do you know the midfielder who has walked a lot? In fact, in terms of distance covered, he's the least. It's Messi. Out of the 618 midfielders, Messi, in terms of distance covered, is placed 618th. Which of the midfielders have scored more goals than Messi?
No,
none of them.
Yes.
In terms of goals scored, he's the number one.
Yeah.
In terms of distance covered, he's the least. What does it tell you? He walks a lot, but now he thinks faster.
He thinks more.
And Nestor Lorenzo is telling us that he has a similar profile in James Rodriguez. So Ghana, let's not sleep on him. This Colombia job is possible, but it is very difficult. When I get to what Ghana must do, I'll explain that.
Okay.
Now, that is it for their, dynamic fluidity. Now, let's look at their positional versatility. Because I've told you that since they're a team that plays relational play, they are not going to stick to just one position. So, I've spoken about their dynamic fluidity. Now we are going to look at their positional versatility. And that is, the ability to have a lot of players to play in, many positions. Now, if you are looking at this is Jefferson Lerma coming in between their center backs once again to receive the ball and play. We saw this same pattern against DR Congo. This is the game against Portugal. Yeah. Jefferson Lerma is doing the same thing. So that job that Ghana gave to Thomas Partey against Croatia, it is Jefferson Lerma's job to do the same work for
Colombia.
So if you are Ghana and you want to stop them from successfully building from, this line, if you want to stop them, you can keep just one player, because in this game, I'll suggest a 4-5-1 for Ghana. Any other formation will be suicidal, in my opinion. 4-5-1. So that one, I'll pick Jordan to follow Jefferson Lerma, so that the ball will go to Davidson Sanchez and the other center backs to kick the ball long.
Because obviously they don't have
that ball playing ability like Jefferson Lerma. And the reason I'm saying I'll pick Jordan is simple. In our last games against Croatia and even against England, in our forwards, Jordan is part of the leaders in terms of presses, in terms of players who presses a lot. In the Ghana team, Jordan Ayew is part of the forwards who press a lot. So if we want a forward to press Jefferson Lerma, I'll go for Jordan.
Okay.
Have you seen the reason? So I'm not putting Jordan there because I want Jordan to go and create a chance.
Yes.
Or I want Jordan to go and score a goal. No. I'm putting Jordan there to stop Jefferson Lerma from progressing. That role that we gave to Thomas Partey against Croatia, Colombia gives the same role to Jefferson Lerma. So I'm putting Jordan Ayew there to stop Jefferson Lerma. So that is how I'm going to judge Jordan Ayew. I'm not going to judge him, oh, Jordan did not pass the ball to this guy. Oh, Jordan did not score this goal. No. I'm rather going to judge Jordan based on how effective he will be on stopping Jefferson Lerma. Because this is one of the ways that they do it. Now, in this game, instead of Daniel Munoz, they decided to play with Arias here, Santiago Arias. Yes. And then at the left side, they decided to play with Machado instead of Johan Mojica, my good friend Johan Mojica. Now, looking at Machado Arias or even Daniel Munoz, Johan Mojica, it's the same thing. They come forward a lot whenever they are attacking. So this forms the base of their back three as the anchors. The other players act as the floaters.
Okay.
So this back three, Jefferson Lerma, Davidson Sanchez, and then Lukumi, these three guys form the back three. All of the other guys, they are floaters. You can go anywhere. Anywhere. And that is the positional versatility in the Colombian team.
Okay.
They move a lot. They move a lot. John Arias moving here, Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, whoever, they move a lot. And they are very good at doing that. Now, let's look at this image too, Nathan. For
a team with relationism who can also combine long balls is rare.
I see. For a team that builds based on relationism and they have the ability to also play the long ball.
It's rare. Do you know the reason?
No.
Because relationism, as I said in the beginning, wants close proximity. So the players must be close so that they can pass. But for Colombia, yes, they will let some of the players be close so that they can pass. But they will leave some high too so that they can go long if the opponent decides to commit numbers to those close proximity players.
Yeah.
So they combine these two. And you see, analyzing Colombia, I wasn't surprised that Spain's coach said Colombia is a force to reckon with at this World Cup. That Argentina's coach said Colombia is a very good team, and to him, they are even part of the contenders for this World Cup. I wasn't surprised that Edu Aguirre said Colombia people should look out for Colombia. Because they are able to do a lot of very good things in the game. And to me, this is how they play. Very close, but James Rodriguez, those switch of play, very, very important. The switches. They are switch of play, super, very, very important. So if you don't do your seams well, you are going to create gaps in between your defensive line, as Spain did to
Austria.
So have you seen how Spain caused those gaps? Spain used double width, but Colombia doesn't use the double width. They use the switches, the long balls. So eventually, all of these teams want to create gaps in between your defensive unit, but they are using different methods to create those gaps. And that is the difference between positionism and relationism. That makes football very interesting and very sweet. Because just one, product, but there are a lot of ways to get to the byproduct. There are a lot of ways. There are a lot of ways. And this is how Colombia, Nathan, this is how they play.
Yeah.
This is how they play. Above all, they are very physical. They are very, very physical. So you must watch out for that. Now, how can Ghana hurt this, Colombiana people, the Colombianes? Do you remember Colombianes?
Yeah, I remember the movie. Yes.
This is Daniel Munoz. The most important thing will be to watch the back of us as defenders. On where Ghana can hurt them. Daniel Munoz says the most important thing will be to watch the backs of us as defenders.
I see. Is he talking about the potential space that exists there?
That is the point.
Okay.
Because their fullbacks will go. If it's Joan Mojica or Machado at the left side, he will come. If it's Santiago Arias or even him, Daniel Munoz, he will go. So there will be spaces there. The transitional threat of Ghana. You see, Nathan, this game, I would suggest a 4-5-1 Pampe.
That Ghana should play a 4-5-1.
Pampe. Limit spaces in between the lines. Limit spaces in between the players. Don't play with a mid block. Make it a low block. High block right there. Don't go there. Because let's look at something. Join the feed on our socials.
For our listeners, ask Coach, you can join the feed on our socials at SportyFM on Facebook, SportyFM Radio on YouTube, and see exactly what we are discussing. Coach is giving us an idea of what he believes will be the best way for the Black Stars to play that game against Colombia early tomorrow morning. It's a World Cup round of 32 game, and at this point, winner stays, loser goes home. You don't want to risk anything. And so Coach has highlighted the Colombians, what they are good at, their strengths. And Daniel Munoz, in an interview, has highlighted what they must do and the things they must do to protect themselves. He says they have to watch behind them, meaning that they have to make sure they don't give up space behind that back line so they can get punished by the Black Stars.
Now, as we saw it in the images, they are going to build with Jefferson Lerma in between their two center backs. Now, as I said, I would want, Jordan to press this guy so that he is not going to get, that confidence and that free space to play out from the back.
Yeah.
Now, looking at this, Nathan, I am suspecting that, or no, I am suggesting that Ghana should play with a 4-5-1. And with our 4-5-1, very important place is this. In between here, the defensive line and the midfield line. This space.
In between the defensive line and the midfield line.
This space.
That the gap that exists between those two lines.
Very close, very compact. Very, very close, very compact. Don't give them the spaces there. And let me add this. Colombia also likes shooting from distance, power. And especially watching Ghana, Croatia, and they sort of we consider from there, they are going to try it again. And they like, go and watch Colombia, Uzbekistan. Colombia, even DR Congo. How Lionel Mpasi made a lot of saves. Because for Colombia, most of the time they were shooting from distance. Why? Because Congo was defending deep. So Colombia, you see, one thing about Colombia, they struggle when they must play in those tight spaces and create. Because as I said, they don't have that profile. It is only James Rodriguez who can do that. But even for James, Nathan, when we were looking at his stat map and all those things, we saw that he creates from distance than closer to the box.
Close to goal.
And that is why I'm saying Ghana should not go for, a mid block. Because if we decide to come forward like this, to play with a mid block, defending around this central area, it means that there will be this huge space behind us. And James Rodriguez have shown us from his graph that he can, create from even this distance. So with that, he will just drop inside, receive the ball from Jefferson Lerma, and then his long passes will come. And that is why I'm suggesting that Ghana stay within your block very deep. So Ghana must work on two things: defending at the edge of the 18 and then defending in the box. It is two different things. Let me explain this. Nathan, defending at the edge of your box and defending inside the box, it is two different things. Different. At the edge, you need this line, that line, and then a forward line player. So 4-5-1. But once it gets to the box, you need numbers to defend the box. You don't need these lines again. You don't need a shape. You need numbers. And that is what I am saying, that Ghana must train a lot on defending at the edge of the box and defending inside the box. It's very, very important. Ghana should go into this game with the mentality that, okay, we should play the game as if we already have 1 goal lead. You see, if Ghana has 1 goal lead under Carlos Queiroz, what are you going to do?
We'll defend.
So let's go into this game as if you have 1 goal lead. Let's defend. That is the only way we can beat Colombia. If we open up a little, as we did against Croatia, they might beat us at least 3 goals. So we should go into this game, Nathan, and defend. We should defend. We should forget about scoring. And I know Carlos Queiroz will do this. Go and check his 2021 Egyptian team on their way to the finals of the AFCON. Penalties, extra time, penalties, extra time. To the finals. That is how he plays. And he says something at the press. People do not take it serious. He says, this is where the World Cup really begins. Carlos Queiroz, Nathan. He says, this is the beginning of the World Cup. I hope you understand this is the beginning of the World Cup. This is the beginning of the World Cup.
Yeah.
So if you were praising Ghana for defending very well against England, this is the beginning of those defense. That defense, this is the beginning of it. So Nathan, in conclusion, I think Ghana should defend very well. Now, in sitting back, defend, it means that Colombia must play, or they must get profiles in tighter spaces who can really cause or create chances for them.
Yeah.
And to me, they do not have that quality.
Okay.
Now, for someone like Marvin Senaya, you are able to pass the Marcus Rashford, Anthony Gordon test, but you are going to face Luis Diaz, who, in my opinion, is a better dribbler than Rashford and Anthony Gordon, based on what he's done this season.
Yeah.
So if you are able to do it against England, don't be swollen-headed and say, oh, then I'll be able to do it against Luis Diaz. No. You must do it times 2. That is why I said the Ghana game against England and the Ghana game against Colombia, whatever it is that we did against England, we must do it twice against Colombia. And to me, Nathan, if we do that, we stand a chance of beating the Colombian people. It will be a very good game. It will be a very, very good game. It will be a game I'm expecting Ghana not to take the ball for anything, not to think about the ball. And you see, yesterday on the Copa Mundo, I was explaining the training that Ghana did. You see, they did a tactical training session.
Yes.
But they did not post it. Obviously, they are not going to post it. Nobody's expecting them to post it. Because even if it was me, I won't post it. That is not the norm. You should not post it. So they did very well by not posting it. But you see, they decided to post all the areas of the coach. So in the video, they focused their camera on Carlos Queiroz alone. But I analyzed that video yesterday on the Copa Mundo show.
Okay.
Do you know what Carlos Queiroz was teaching them? He was working on this line, the defensive line. And he gave yellow babes to Thomas Partey, Kwesi Sibo, Calibrienchi. So I'm suspecting that this will be, our 3-man midfield, because he was really with them. And Nathan, you know that he was working on the seams with them. He was working on the seams. And at a point, they were getting it wrong. So he stopped the training. He stopped the training, and he himself was doing the seams to show the players.
Yeah.
And that is why when we were doing the Spain analysis, I told you that beating those teams, your defensive line must know how to do the seams and your midfield line as well.
Yes.
So I'm very happy. And I was very happy when I saw that Carlos Queiroz was working on our midfield line in terms of the seams, the shifting. Because against Colombia, we are going to need it. Because if they get those spaces here, they will shoot. Because they like to do it from distance. And there's one thing about defenders. To date, I don't understand. Why is it that if a player has the ball in front of you, the defender wants to trust his body and put his body in the line of the shot rather than engaging? And if there's a player who really does that, is Van Dijk. So most of the time, when they create, those memes, Van Dijk will be doing this. Yeah. And why? Because if you engage, it means that the player who is about to shoot must dribble you before he can shoot.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of players, 1v1 dribbling, they are not very good.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's Messi, I'll never advise you to, go in a 1v1. Or Lamine Yamal, he will dribble you.
Yeah.
But there are other players, come on, they cannot dribble you. So just engage them so that your players will cover for you. And to me, I think Ghana must really defend very well. Now, the way of getting a good result against Colombia is defending as a unit. 4-5-1 or 4-1-4-1, which is a variation of the 4-5-1. Defend. Ghana to play this game as if we are leading by 1-0 already. As if it's a double-legged affair. We won our first leg by 1-0. We are going to defend. Just defend. You just defend. There will be that one chance that you can score. You see, in football, Nathan, defending is easy than constructing an attack. Do you believe it?
Defending is easier than constructing an attack.
And let me give you a scenario. Demolishing a building and building it and building it.
Of course.
Which one is easy?
Demolishing it is easy.
So it's a general life principle. Destroying something is easy than building it. It's a general life principle, Nathan. Destroying something, it is very easy than building. That is why a lot of people can destroy you. Oh, Nathan, what is it? Hey, what can we destroy you? But can that person build himself to the level that Nathan is? No. So building is very difficult, but destroying it
is very easy.
Good news and bad news. Which one spread faster?
Of course, it's bad news.
Yeah, so destroying their so destroying the attack of Colombia is easy than Ghana trying to go and build. Ghana trying to go and possess. Ghana trying to go and open up to score. That is difficult. But sitting back and destroying the attack is very easy. And that is why I'm saying Ghana must sit back. Defend. Do the easy one, which is destroying the attack of Colombia. Definitely, there will be one space behind them. And once that space opens up, we are done. Now, first go no so they are. And then Colombia must, stop playing the game. So it will be a very good game. Very, very good game. We've analyzed how Colombia, how they place their threats and all that. And I think that if Ghana decides to play in our usual 4-5-1, very compact, sit very deep and defend, we will have a chance against them. Other than that, they are a very good side, please. They are a very, very good side. When, in the group stages, a lot of Ghanaians were saying, oh, we want Colombia, we want that route, we don't want Portugal, we want Colombia. So to some, Colombia is easy, but it is not. Because for a team who the Spanish national team head coach is praising, for a team who the Argentine national team head coach is praising, for a team who Eddie Agua is praising, it means that they have something about them. And today we've analyzed how they use their relationism to create a lot of chances, how positional versatility, how dynamic fluidity, how they use some of these things to their advantage. But as I said, if Ghana stands a chance, it will be by destroying the attacks. Defend deep, defend, and try to hit them on the counter.
All right, coach. Thank you so much. It's 10 on the dot. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. The Black Stars will play tomorrow morning, 1:30 a.m. 1:30 a.m. That is when the Black Stars will play. All right. We'll be okay. We'll see. Okay, we'll go through some messages and then we'll see if we can connect with our team lead Gary Al Smith, who is in Kansas City. Koina Blekuma says, these jams there, you lie bad. It's going to be a long night. The Black Stars must just make us proud. Ghana to win 1-0. All right, this one says, Charlie, the DJ killed this morning. Proper TGIF holiday sound vibe. And it says that, that was Nathan from Kaswa. It says, the Senegalese team has all the men to go toe-to-toe with any team, but Pap Thiaw lacks the tactical experience to navigate this big stage. He failed to learn anything from the France and Norway games. 2-goal lead against his Belgium side, and you give it away is disappointing. Harry Kane is too brilliant a striker that no defender must take their eyes off. Mbemba and Twanzembe did all they could do till they let down their guard. I think Roberto Martinez was bold enough and the subs helped the team. But what a game that was. I feel Croatia gave it their all and did more than enough to be winners on the day. But the gods of football just happened to smile on Portugal. This one says, can you please ask Coach to share his thoughts on the referee appointed for the Ghana-Colombia game? Given that a significant number of our players speak some French, how can we tactically exploit this language factor to Ghana's advantage? I don't know if that really is an advantage. I don't know. I mean, referee Tupa, look, I don't know how much of an advantage that is going to be, if you ask me personally. I mean, the point is that referee Tupa speaks some English, so he will communicate with everybody on the pitch through English. So I don't think we should fuss too much about the referee. Achu from 37 says that I have some questions for Coach Dan. So regarding midfield balance and Senaya's role. Considering there's a knockout stage where one team has to progress, wouldn't it make more sense to start Partey, Irenchi, and Boache in midfield? In possession, the trio gives us far better circulation and progression, while also addressing the lack of creativity we saw against Croatia. I know Carlos Queiroz is a conservative coach, and he will likely set us up in a compact block, so I don't think we lose much defensively. We'll be much more progressive on the ball because all the three have the passing repertoire of finding and releasing runners. I also think we are asking too much of Senaya in attack. We are expecting him to provide overlaps and underlaps when he's been underwhelming. I'd rather have Senaya tack into the rest defense together with Opoku and Ajete to form a back three rather than allowing Gideon Mensah to push higher and provide with. Coach, I don't know what your thoughts are.
You see, with the midfield trio that he's talking about, is to me very good. Partey as the controller, Calibirenchi as the box-to-box, and then Augustin Boache as the creator. And the last time I said that in a perfect three-man midfield, you need these three types of profiles to give you the balance. But Nathan, with this three-man midfield, it gives you the attacking idea that you are going to open up to attack. So if it was a game that, to me, Ghana was chasing a result, and we decided to play with Boache, Irenchi, Partey, I agree. But as I said, this is not a game that we must try to open up. It's a game that from minute one, we should try and defend. So with that, I'll go for Sibo, Partey, Irenchi for the defensive solidity instead of Boache. Because if we were to chase a result, fine, put in Boache. And even if we were to chase a result, personally, I'll take off Jordan and bring in a different profile. But once we are going there to protect our 0-0, I said, let's watch Carlos Queiroz. That is how he plays. For Egypt at the AFCON, they played the same way. Penalties, extra time, penalties, extra time. So Ghana is going there, as I'm saying, to play with the idea of we are leading 1-0 already. So we are coming to defend. Then we try to hit you on the break. So with that, I'll go for a midfield which is much more defensive than offensive. And that is why I prefer Sibo, Partey, and then Irenchi.
Okay. All right. Let's go through some other messages. Immortal, can you give us some other messages? It was this video. I don't quite understand this video. So what? So, this what? Pedri, Messi. Okay. So what? So they said with France, I see players pulling. I don't know what it is. It's a sleigh or a bobsled, whatever. Okay.
But with Argentina.
And then with Argentina, you have 5 players
pushing Messi.
Pushing Lionel Messi.
Yeah. So he means that with France, all the players have combined to push their team. But with Argentina, all the players are pushing Messi. So they are playing for Messi.
And then Portugal, what is going on?
Ronaldo is leading them. And they are, you see.
Ronaldo is leading them. Yes. And players are trying to
pull Ronaldo back. And then with Norway, all the players are in, and Erling Haaland is single-handedly pushing them. Yeah, so that is
very, very, very interesting things. Very interesting things. Anyway, this one says, so how come the bigger clubs have not had a look at Oyarzabal? The guy's positioning is so good.
Because of his profile.
Yeah.
Because take a team like Barcelona now. What do they need? They will tell you they need a proper center forward.
Yes.
So they are not going in
for... they won't like...
Yeah, it's because of his profile.
Yeah. Oyarzabal is a striker who almost plays like a 10, almost plays like a midfielder. Drops to help, and then he will go into space. His positioning is brilliant. Most teams don't like that kind of... They want somebody who can just score the goals.
Be there.
Them. Presence. They have presence. They have other people. They have other people or some other players to do that kind of thing. Let me go through some other messages. This one says, this is paradise. Tonight we are not going to sleep because... So the Black Stars should make sure they win the match for this sacrifice, I see. That's quite interesting there as well. All right. Immortal, can you give us some more messages or we should wrap it up? Okay, this one says, did I watch a match or a war movie, especially the second half in the Portugal-Croatia game? I want to see the same intense game in the World Cup final, especially the second half. But I'll add that the Portuguese defense and midfield, or the defensive parts and the midfield parts, are too open for my liking. Coach, is that true? Do the Portuguese have wide open defenses and midfield?
Yeah. You see, looking at their team, to me, that connection is not really there. Although they've been able to qualify ahead of Croatia, but looking at, they lack a lot of some basic things, and that is why I said I will be tipping Spain to qualify ahead of them. Mm-hmm. It's not as if they don't have the quality, because individually the midfield there's a lot of quality.
Yeah,
but that cohesion, that understanding to play, that compactness is not there.
Okay, all right. Time check is 9 minutes after 10. 9 minutes after 10. We'll see if we can connect with our team lead, Gary Smith, who's in Kansas. And then we'll try and wrap it up on this morning's edition of the Sporty Breakfast. There's Copa Mundo later today. So join us. Coach Danso will be back here with V-Power and the team. And then Ghana's game is at 1:30 a.m. Saturday morning. 1:30 a.m. Saturday morning. And there will be games today as well. Argentina are playing Cape Verde 10 p.m. Okay, in one of the knockout games. And then there is Australia versus Egypt. That game is at 6 p.m. That game is at Dallas. Or that game is in Dallas. Argentina taking on Cape Verde is in Miami. Ghana taking on Colombia is in Kansas City. And Canada taking on Morocco. Okay, that's a round of 16 games. So we'll talk about that a little later. Ten minutes after 10, this is still the Sporty Breakfast. We'll be wrapping it up. We'll see if we can link up with Gary Smith. A few more slots left in the round of 32. 3 more slots. So a winner from the Australia-Egypt game, a winner from the Argentina-Cabo Verde game, a winner from the Colombia-Ghana game. Those winners will fill the final 3 slots in terms of the round of 16. In the round of 16, these games have been confirmed. Canada taking on Morocco Saturday at 5 p.m. And then 9 p.m. on Saturday is Paraguay taking on France in the round of 16. And then on Sunday, July 5, 8 p.m., Brazil versus Norway. Brazil versus Norway. And then Monday morning at midnight, it is Mexico taking on England. Charlie, that's a very, very, very important game. I'll have to stay up. Possibly catch that game. But there's also Sporty Breakfast to come and host. So a decision will have to be made. Will have to be made on that. And then on Monday night, it is Portugal versus Spain. We'll come back and talk about that. The other games in the round of 16 that have been confirmed, Tuesday midnight or Monday midnight, whatever. USA versus Belgium. That's in Seattle. And then there's a game in Atlanta. We'll find out who. Switzerland have one place already in the round of 16. They take on the winner of the game between Colombia and Ghana. So that is the other one. That will be the final game of the round of 16. And then the quarterfinals will start next week, Thursday. Quite interesting. Coach, let me just get your thoughts, in terms of tactical trends, so far in the last 32, or maybe so far in the competition. What are some of the most interesting things you've seen in terms of tactical trends, you know, ideas that some of the coaches have brought into this competition?
Now, this competition, Nathan, has taught me one very, very important thing, that possession without verticality is useless.
Possession
without verticality. Yeah. And at this World Cup, one trend is that most of the teams prefer vertical play than sustained ball possession. Most of the teams, they prefer vertical play than sustained ball possession. There's an exception of a few, England, Spain, who really, you know, prioritizes ball possession. But most of them, vertical play. Look at France. When they get the ball, because they have, you know, the wingers to do that, they have the forward players to do that. So one of the trends, the first one I'll talk about is the verticality. So possession-wise, they prioritize verticality instead of sustained ball possession.
Okay, quite interesting. Let's go to the line. Our team lead Gary Smith is joining us. Let's get, some thoughts from him. He's in Kansas. Let's find out what the vibe is like and what exactly has been going on with the team. Gaza, good. I'm sure it's morning. So good morning to you in Kansas. How are you doing?
Wow.
What time is it? I'm curious. What time is it?
It's 5 a.m.
5 a.m. in Kansas. How was it getting there? You told us you had to take a flight. How long was the flight? How smooth or rough was it? And how is Kansas, you know, as you wake up to a city in the Midwest of the United States?
It was a 4-hour flight in total. The country is so big. So from my base in Rhode Island to this place, it took 2 flights. So I transited in Nashville, Tennessee, and then made an onward journey, 1-hour journey from Nashville to here. So that's what it's like. Atmosphere-wise, I mean, the Midwest is quite different. This is my first time in Kansas City. So it's a very distinctly different part of the United States. I mean, and you can tell immediately you land, you know, it's cool country, you know, had its own very, I mean, I've not been here long enough to form a very nuanced opinion of it, but I mean, right from the airport, you notice that this is a different part of the United States. The team were welcomed by a section of Ghanaians here. It must be stated that, I think I said that the last time, this part of the US has a very small Ghanaian population, very, very small. And they've kept saying that, you know, hey, they had the area North Society say, you know, East Coast, no. You know, they've been saying that a lot. So what we should expect, I think, is a bigger student population who will come to the stadium. And it's a very interesting dynamic because as a result of the fact that a large population of the Ghanaians here are students, Nathan, a lot of them don't have the disposable income to have bought the tickets for the $1,000 and stuff. So it's been a very peculiar challenge. If there were any time that the Ghanaian fans needed some assistance from anywhere, I'm not mentioning where, it would have been now, not in the first 3 games. Because in the East Coast, you know, people have had months and months and months to plan and buy whatever price of tickets the things were. So if there were any time that people would have needed assistance from the state or wherever to get Ghanaian fans, it will be here. Ironically or conversely, Nathan, there is a huge Latin American Hispanic community here. Huge, big.
Okay.
Here and in surrounding areas. So what fans should expect is a very, very hostile and partisan atmosphere in the Kansas City Stadium later today or early tomorrow morning Ghana time. So it's an interesting dynamic. Even with the numbers we have seen trying to get the ticket and the little Ghanaian population coming from even outside and following the team, unfortunately, we will be outnumbered, hugely outnumbered in the stadium come kickoff.
I see. Have you picked up anything from, your conversations with players, Carlos Queiroz, even from the official press conference, that there's a recognition of this fact, and how? Okay, so how do they plan? Well, I mean, I'm sure you say they are pros, but are they thinking about the fact that they will have to play in front of a partisan crowd?
Yeah. I think the GFA relayed their message to them because it was clear, immediately after the last game, that this was the order of things. Immediately after the last game, when qualification was secured, the GFA put in a request to FIFA to get tickets, the supported tier tickets for this game. They got a number of tickets. They were given the price by FIFA, what they could sell, what they could not sell. I suspect that they told FIFA that this is the situation with the Ghanaian fans and all that, and that it would be difficult to sell the tickets this close to the time, especially with the demographic information I've given you about the Ghanaian population in the Midwest. And so at some point in the matrix, in the journey, I am not very sure of it, but I think FIFA must have given them the go-ahead to reduce the pricing of the tickets. I think that is what happened, because I think they told FIFA that, guys, look, this ticket you are giving us for $1,000 a pop, boss, EMFA, I think they told them that look at the official statistical information. Ghana is not an England or a Brazil or we simply do not have those numbers and that paying power or whatever it is. So whatever happened, by yesterday, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. here, the tickets had been reduced to, I think, $350.
Okay.
A pop, yeah. So, and what we know for a fact is that the FA cannot on its own reduce their pricing. It's not for them.
Okay.
So they cannot reduce their pricing like that. Yeah. So they must have sought some clearance from FIFA or whatever to remove some tax component or whatever. I'm not sure. But what I know is that the ticket, and even then, Nathan, even for the $350 a pop, Charlie, the largely student population here were complaining and saying that, Charlie, we are students, so we want to go support the team. So if you could do something, you could do them, So yeah. What I know is that even if they were able to get all those tickets, Charlie, the numbers for the Ghanaian fans are still quite small as compared to the Hispanic community who are here.
Right. Gary, on the side of the players, I'm sure you've spoken with some of them. What is their viewpoint of this game? How are they viewing this game? It's Ghana's first knockout stage or knockout game in a World Cup in 16 years. The first knockout game in a tournament for the Black Stars in the last 7 years, go back to 2019. Do the players understand the gravity of the situation? Do they understand the weight of expectation? And how ready are they to give everything in order to progress against Colombia?
I've only officially spoken to Jordan.
Yeah.
On tape. And so he seemed, Jordan, since he's become captain, he's become very, very vocal.
Yeah.
So even at the press conference, I think it was our colleague Fentuo who asked him, either Fentuo or Thierry, who asked him a similar question. And he said, look, when you come into a game like this, it's always 50-50 from the very start. So somebody put it to him that Colombia's record against African teams versus Ghana's record versus South American teams, it's a complete contrast. They have a very healthy, favorable record against African teams. We are yet to beat an African team in, I think, 3 or 4 attempts or so.
The South American team,
in 3 or 4 attempts. Yes, in 3 or 4 attempts or so. And he said, look, when you walk into a game like this, it's 50-50 from the get-go, and it depends on you. He also, interestingly, a Nigerian journalist asked him about losing the other game against Croatia, and he said, look, stop there. For us, that game, I want you guys to take it off as a one-off, a complete one-off that just happened. The psyche of playing a third-place game where you have already qualified versus playing a knockout game where you know that everything depends on you is completely different. So, for the other game, just take it off as a complete one-off, write-off, and then let's focus on this one. So from his utterances, I mean, we can only believe what he and then subsequently the coach have said. You know what I mean? They want it that bad. They say both of them have spoken about the need to do it for the people back home, particularly for the people in Accra who have experienced and gone through the unfortunate specter of the flooding. We put it to them that, guys, this is bigger than you, this is bigger than us, this is bigger than football. This is for people who want something to hold on to as they have lost everything, So if they didn't know and they admitted that they knew, Jordan said, Coach Kira said, when he saw the images, he was shocked. That's what he said. He said when he saw the images, he was shocked. And I'm sure you have the audio of my interview with him, where he said he himself, having been born in Mozambique and, Charlie, he's gone through the specter of flooding and stuff. So he knows intimately what it is like to go through this and to lose everything. And they are going to do the best they can to do it for the people and make sure that they come out of it. Jordan also spoke of the fact that he personally has friends, in areas, because, Jordan has lived around East Legon all his life. And part of those areas had also gone through flooding. He says he knows people personally, friends of the family, friends of himself who have gone through the flooding. So the best they can do is to lay it all on the line, and we'll see how it goes.
Quite interesting. Run us through, Gary. So just run us through how the rest of the day is going to unfold for the team and for you from a reporter's perspective. Sometimes people ask us, so on match day, what exactly happens in terms of like a Black Stars game? So just finally run us through, before I let you go, run us through how the rest of the day will play out from a US time perspective.
Okay. First of all, my body is currently running on 3 times. My body is running on Ghana time, 2 on Rhode Island time, which is 1 hour ahead of Kansas time. So Rhode Island time, it is 6:26 a.m., which is 4 hours behind Ghana. And note, I've been waking up at 4 a.m. or I've been waking up at 5 a.m. Rhode Island time ever since I got to the US.
Okay.
Because I have to link with people, you guys. I have to link with people at Sporty TV Lagos, which is 1 hour ahead of Ghana, and Sporty TV Madrid, which is 2 hours ahead of Ghana. So even when I woke up at 4 a.m., I was dealing with Sporty TV Madrid at 6 a.m. 5 a.m. Nigerian time. The producers need information and content, so I'm always up at 5 a.m. Ghana time, or 4 or Charlie Brook, the team said we plenty. Now I am 1 hour behind Rhode Island time, and I'm 5 hours behind Ghana at the moment as we speak. So I'm running on those times. My day has already started, unfortunately. Yesterday, a couple of friends wanted us to step out. Unfortunately, during this trip, I've not been able to do anything with any friend anywhere. Like, I've not been able to see any friend who wants to see me. Gary, Charlie, make we sit, I know if you do. Because by 10, 11 p.m., I have had to be in bed. This morning when I woke up, first thing, I reached out for my phone, and the first thing that hit me was that for the first time since I came here, I'm having a mild headache and small body fatigue issues. And you can tell my voice is even tapering off because I am tired. So my plan was, the producer Immortal had told me that we will do this. I was waiting for the call. I've just posted 1 or 2 and scheduled a few videos. When I finish, I have my wache here that I'm going to eat. Thankfully, I got to wache yesterday. I'm going to eat the wache, and I'm going back to bed. Okay. Now, at 9 a.m. here time, I have a sponsor's commitment with Polytank that I'm going to do. So we are going to do a Twitter space between me and Kojo Sheldon and Lexi the comic. I'll do that at 9 a.m. So I'll wake up around 8:30. Get ready for that. But by that time, typically 3 hours of uninterrupted sleep is okay for me.
Okay.
So I know that. So when I finish eating the wache, I'll take my paracetamol and then, make sure I'll sleep it off. Do the Twitter space. Then after that, I have a couple videos of Henry talking about ticketing and stuff that I'm going to post. I'll post that. I have another sponsor's commitment I have to do. Al Jazeera want to talk to me. I think CNN also want to talk to me. I'll get ready for those. Then I have an article to write. I'm done with it. I'll just do some proofreading. Then I'll go downstairs for Sporty TV. Sporty TV wants me at 10 a.m. Ghana time, which is 2 p.m. Spain time. They want me to do that, or 4 p.m. or whatever the time is. I don't know. I've set an alarm for that. And then I will step out and go and do some stuff. My day will begin. So basically that is it. That's what my day will be. This is before I'll go to the stadium and start getting ready for Sporty TV.
Yeah. Wow. It's
my cameraman on the ground who is going to do Sporty TV with me, because today I'll be pitch side. So if you watch your TV, I'll be the one doing the pre-match on the ground.
Yes.
The cameraman who is going to be working with me is now in the air flying in from Los Angeles, because it was the same cameraman who did Spain versus Austria yesterday. Immediately he finished, he started, Charlie, bro. So that's the way but the most important thing is that right after this call, at some point I have to sleep.
Yeah.
Because my voice is playing tricks on me, and I can tell that I am tired.
Yeah.
Yesterday I had to go in earlier than the press conference time, because we are rights holders. We are entitled to a pre-match interview session.
Okay.
So that's how I was giving Carlos Queiroz and Jordan Ayew before they went to address the press conference itself. So then I had to go and wait 2 hours for the watching, because the person told me that, Charlie, long story, but I had to wait 2 hours, but it was 2 hours well spent. So yesterday, I didn't have a lot, so I ate only half. When I finished, then I wore the watching with some apple juice and some, because if I ate all yesterday,
no.
Me. So how you gonna do it?
Wow, a lot on your plate, all in a bit to bring us coverage. Gaza, take care, grab some sleep. We'll catch up later and have a good day.
Okay, sure. I'll be available for Copa Mundo when it's time. So
okay.
I'll be here to speak on Copa Mundo.
All right, Gary, take care then.
Bye.
All right, ciao. That was our team lead, Gary Smith. Coach Danso, the work is a tough job.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
I tell people that a lot of people actually think that this work is easy. No, it's a very difficult job. Especially, it's more difficult on assignment.
Yeah, it's true. You see, yesterday we were discussing this on the Copa Mundo. And I said a lot of people, whenever they say, oh, Gary is in America to cover the World Cup. Hey, you're America. Hey, you know, Filio. Have you seen that? Once you are in America. But look at the schedule. Come on. Hey. Okay, I just watched 3 games on the trot, and I think I'm tired.
You are tired.
But look at the schedule of guys.
He's moving around. He has to finish all of this. And then on top of all of this, you now has to get to the stadium early, go there, wait, do pitch side. Yeah. And all of it requires you to be mentally sharp.
That is the point.
Sharp.
Mentally sharp. And you see, if Gaza had the option of, dividing himself into 2.
I'm sure he would take it. But anyway, that's the job. Shout out to Gary Smith. He's out in the US covering the World Cup for Sporty FM, Sporty TV, and then for some of the other sponsors who have pushed him there. You heard him, sponsor obligations.
Yeah,
so
sure.
That kind of thing.
Very, very important.
Yeah. 10:32, we'll wrap it up here. Listeners, apologies for the audio. There was a bit of a technical hitch that we are trying to solve. So next time we do the Zoom, it will be clearer and more audible. Coach Danso, thank you so much. We'll catch you later on Copa Mundo. Thank you to our listeners for tuning in. This has been the Sporty Breakfast. My name is Nathan. I did this with Coach Kwabena Danso. Thank you to the callers. Thank you to the people who sent us messages. Thank you to my production team, Immortal, Abigail, Naneki, and Angela. Shout outs to the technicians, Jonah, Biggie, Yeyo, the entire gang. Shout outs to our team lead, Gary Smith, who you heard, who's having a lot to deal with in the US. And shout outs to my DJ Fidelis, giving us all the wonderful songs. We'll catch you later. This has been the Sporty Breakfast. There's the news at midday, Sporty Plug at 12:30, Sporty Drive at 4. And there's also Copa Mundo from 2. Enjoy your day. Keep your dials locked on Sporty 106.1 FM. We'll catch you later.